Okay, so you've pressed the record button. Now what? What can you say? What can you do?
My father used to take me to the library to use the computers when I was younger. And then, when I became an older teenager, he got us a web TV. Yeah, I know. And some of you probably don't even know what a web TV is. My first interaction with the internet was a web TV. Shortly after, my mom's wife got me my first laptop. By the time I was 20 years old, I still had my first laptop, and I didn't even know that much about all the things I would later find on the internet. I knew really nothing at all. I hardly watched YouTube. I had just gotten into World of Warcraft in my early 20s. By the time I had my first child, about all I did in my spare time was play World of Warcraft, as far as the internet went. It wasn't until later, only later when I did not have a child living in my home, and I had no other children, did I get very deeply enthralled in YouTube, and I began spending sleepless nights, countless hours. Most of my life that was not spent in family court or with my friends was spent online. And I did several times attempt to get my GED and an apartment. It didn't go too well. I didn't start driving until a few years later, but today we're going to watch one of my favorite videos that first got me started into the atheist community. What I would soon come to know as the atheist and skeptic community started with one of these videos. This was one of them that started down the rabbit hole. There's a few others I cannot seem to remember their names. I cannot find the videos, but this video I managed to find, and the Gnarlyverse holds it in high regard, as this and many other videos have comforted me in times where I just could not bear to think of the unbearable. This video not only comforted me, but it actually made me think. It made me uncomfortable at times, made me think of times that I called Christians stupid. And there are plenty of things that have influenced us and inspired us, and this is one thing that has inspired me. Religion is not something I'm fond of, even religions that I have enjoyed looking into. I don't like religion. I don't like any of them. Not even the ones that I could have come close to liking. Religions that people probably would think I might like just because I'm looking into it. I really enjoy reading about history and other cultures and other religions. I have a lot of questions about a lot of things still, and a lot of things about religion and humanity confuse me. Humans confuse me. I confuse myself. It's just, this is an old video that I hold in high regard and I want to share with you guys. Well, I guess this is a long enough intro, huh? I've been talking this whole time. So, before I even knew who Jacqueline Glenn was, I had apparently seen her in some of Dark Matter's stuff, but this isn't one of Dark Matter's productions. I later found out that I was watching some of Jacqueline Glenn's stuff years later and that it was her, but I got into Dark Matter, a couple of other atheist videos, but most of them started with this one.
You should never make videos when you're this angry. This is one of our rules, remember? Never make a video when angry. That is what Sable Chicken and her kind want. You know that's what they want. Don't give it to them. I know you want to call her an idiot, and a fool,
I still love this,
and a cretin, and a retard, but you can't. Think of all the reasonable, intelligent Christians you've met. Not to mention the reasonable atheists. Think of how many times people you respect have spoken out of their disgust at hearing an atheist call a believer stupid. You know they aren't all stupid. But the first thing they will say when you call even one of them stupid is that not all Christians are stupid. As if you didn't know. As if you had called them all stupid, even though you were only addressing one of them. You know that's their game, to misrepresent what you're saying. You can't call her stupid. You don't have to explain the depth of the stupidity she's shown in her chimpanzee video. Others will see it. It's self-evident. You can't save the whole world. But what about the kid? I know. She's ruining her daughter's mind, just as surely as if she was smothering her with a pillow, depriving her daughter's brain of oxygen. But it is her daughter. There's nothing you can do about it. I know it's obscene. I know it's tragic.
It frustrates me so much when children are dragged through religious education and indoctrinated and dragged into church. Ugh.
To hear that girl trying to make her mother happy by falling in line, repeating what her mother wants her to say, confused by it all, just wanting to make Mama happy. It is tragic. I know it's the most disgusting thing you've seen on YouTube since Jesus Camp, and it literally makes you feel physically sick.
And I have also learned of the horrors of Jesus Camp.
To hear what she's doing to her kid. But it is her kid. It should be a crime. But it's not.
Your kids are your kids, but keep that crap away from mine.
It can't be. The world would be too ugly if we took children away from parents they love so much, just because those parents are mentally incapable of distinguishing facts from fiction, just because they are stupid. I didn't say that. And don't you let anyone else catch you saying it. The reasonable atheists will get on your case just like that. And just think of what the philosophers will say.
Just think of what the philosophers would say. Sir, I love your face.
You have to be constructive. You have to build bridges, be reasonable, rational, stick to the evidence. But the kid! But you knew this was how she'd be with her child. You knew she'd stop her child from learning about nature and the world. But I never thought I'd actually have to hear it. No, you never thought she'd stoop that low. But she has. And now you and any rational person will see her for what she is. An idiot. No. Stupid. Just a woman who's prepared to use her own child as a propaganda tool. She may even actually believe that she's saving her daughter from damnation. She might be that... Stupid? No. Irresponsible? No. Blind? No. Mentally defective? No. Selfish? You may have a point there, but I was thinking of weak. She is simply not strong enough to allow her child to weigh the evidence for herself. She has to cripple her daughter now, before the child grows up to see her mother as a dipshit, ignorant. She ignores the world. She ignores the meaning of words when they are irrelevant, and focuses on their meanings to a laughable degree when it suits her purpose, such as when she ignores the fact that a creature can be speared, punctured, by something that has been selected for a purpose without conforming to the conventional image that springs to mind when hearing the word spear. She simply doesn't grasp the concept of what a spear is. She only grasps what a spear should look like to her narrow mind. She does not grasp that culture does not equate to reading and writing. She thinks culture means opera, ballet, Armani suits. She cannot grasp the fact that any learned behaviour unique to one group of chimpanzees that can be used to accurately predict which group an individual chimp came from by, say, simply looking at how it catches termites, what else it hunts and how, whether it bathes, whether it knows how to use a rock to open a nut. She doesn't realise that these things can accurately be described as culture. She simply can't grasp the significance of a chimp being aware of some prey hiding in a place inaccessible to its natural limbs, then having the capacity to look around its environment, using its imagination to plan ahead and select a suitable branch and then strip it of leaves as it had planned, and crudely sharpen it as it had planned, and using it as it had imagined, as it had learned, to kill its previously safe prey. She doesn't get it. It's not her fault. You know what? I think you're wrong. I think she understood perfectly well the significance of what she was seeing. I think she was shocked to see that level of intelligence displayed by an animal. I think she was so shocked that she knew others would be shocked too, and she made the cold, calculating decision to try and degrade what is a clear demonstration of human-like intelligence in our closest living relative. She wants the rest of humanity, just like her daughter, to be as fucking half-witted and stupid as she is, just so she doesn't have to seem to be such a ridiculous, idiotic, laughable human being by the rest of us. Great. Now you're going to have to remake the whole video. Why? Because you called her stupid. She is. Think of what the reasonable atheists and the intelligent Christians will say. Screw 'em. She's an idiot. It's a fact. She's an idiot. You can't say that. I did, and I stand by it. Take it back. No. You're going to regret it. No, I won't.
I love these guys so much, especially this guy right here. Just excuse me, I know it's a black screen, but even when he's like, no, I won't. Man, I love this video. I love it. I have so much love right now. I'm just so like lit up right now. I'm just so happy I have this. I want to have this forever. I love this video. I love you, dude.
I promise you, I won't.
I don't know, you guys, and I usually don't care, but I truly, in this moment, hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Welcome back to the Gnarlyverse, and have a good night.
Great. Now you're going to have to remake the whole video. Why? Because you called her stupid. She is. Think of what the reasonable atheists and the intelligent Christians will say. Screw 'em. She's an idiot. It's a fact. She's an idiot. You can't say that. I did, and I stand by it. Take it back. No. You're going to regret it. No, I won't. I promise you, I won't.
So once upon a time, the mother they're speaking about, her username used to be Sable Chicken. Years and years ago, I had found a video through this video, of her. The video was called Sable Chicken Attempts to Explain Evolution, or Tries to Explain Evolution, and it was to the Benny Hill theme. I can't find that video. If anybody has that video, please contact me. Please, I would love to have it back.